What's up, guys? This is your boy, two-time Men's Physique Mr. Olympia, Brandon Hendrickson, aka Big Waves. I am inviting you guys to come check me out to defend and repeat my Mr. Olympia title at this year's 2021 Mr. Olympia in Orlando, Florida. See you guys there.
Hey guys, I've got some very exciting news, and that is that I am going to be doing the guest commentating along with Sean Ray at the 2021 Classic Physique Mr. Olympia in Orlando. I hope that you will join me there.
Shaquille O'Neal, hey, how are you, buddy?
First of all, what is this?
This is the cookie dealer's
What
cookie.
is this?
We got to get you some of those Juan Morel.
I know, he just gave me one of the
Oh,
bags.
you got some?
And they're delicious.
All right,
They're
man.
really
We're a pleasure to have you here as our ambassador for the Mr. Olympia. Now, are you still going to get up there and do some poses for us?
Not today.
Not today.
One day.
Are you close?
Yeah, I'm very close. But I just love coming and watching the greatest athletes in the world.
Yeah.
It actually changed my life when I came here.
Hey guys, Sean Ray here for Digital Muscle on behalf of Mutant Nation. We're headed to Orlando, Florida in a couple of short days. The weekend of October the 7th through the 10th, the 57th Joe Weider weekend is back. And bigger than ever, a year ago, we said we were holding the biggest Mr. Olympia championships. Well, this year we've outdone ourselves. Jake Wood, promoter Dan Solomon, of course, Muscle Contest, Tamer El Gundy, and the whole Olympia crew have gone out of their way to make sure this year's experience is bigger and better, including the return of the expo and all of our sponsors. We're bringing back old school clothing. We're bringing in Gold's Gym out in Ocala, Florida. Of course, Rich Kaspari, Lee Labrada, Lee Haney, Flex Wheeler, Kevin Lavroni, all the old school cats are going to be in the house to see what this year's Mr. Olympia brings. And of course, there's a lot of titles on hand to be had. We already know that there's a big vacancy in the women's bikini. Janet Leung is not coming back this year, so that's going to be wide open for someone to go in there and become a new Ms. Olympia bikini champion. And of course, we're going to find out whether or not Andrea Shaw can repeat as a two-time Miss Olympia bodybuilding champion, because remember, bodybuilding for women was off the grid for quite some time. Last year, Andrea Shaw came in, and not only did she win it, but she won the Wings of Strength International Championships just a couple of short weeks ago in Arizona, and now she's coming to defend her title. We just witnessed over the weekend, Whitney Jones did not make it to the Arnold Classic, even though she was there. Tested positive for COVID, had to rent a car, drive all the way back to Arizona, and go right back to the drawing board. But this is an Olympia champion who's coming back to try to knock off the lady that did win the Ms. Fitness International title in Ohio, and that's Missy Truscott, who's the reigning defending champion in the women's fitness division. But one of the divisions we're going to be looking at very closely is the newest, and that's the women's wellness division. And we have no idea what the judges are going to do with the inaugural Wellness Olympia champion, but we do know that there's at least 4 or 5 girls that can walk off with this title. The run up to this weekend has been a very varying degree of development with the women's wellness division. There's really no set criteria or one person that's got the inside track. There's several girls that can actually win the very first one. And remember, when you're the first, you get immortalized. Larry Scott won the 1965 Mr. Olympia, and we still talk about him. Danny Hester won the first Classic Physique Olympia, and we talk about him. I mean, look at James Flex Lewis, ran off with 7 212 Olympia titles right after Kevin English had won that competition 3 times. So there's going to be a lot of storylines going on along with the men's physique, the women's physique. Sarah Villegas, man, did she come out of the box and knock off one of the great champions in Shanique, I think it was Shanique Grant, to win the championship, bringing a whole nother level of conditioning. And that's where I think the women's physique, if you're going to win that title, you better come in shape, because Sarah is no joke, and she could actually come back for the two-peat. But there's so much going down. We got the press conference, which is going to have a different look and a different feel. And of course, on Sunday, we'll have the follow-up conference the day after the Olympia, with all the champions talking about their experience. And once again, the prize money has gone up to record levels. I do know for a fact that the classic men's physique has gone up at a minimum of $30,000, because a year ago it was $30,000 for first place, and now it's $50,000 for first place, which is going to elevate some of the lower levels prize money as well. A lot of the athletes are very happy and excited about that. And let's not, I would be remiss if I left this part out. The 8-time GOAT, Lee Haney, will be in the house getting his recognition and his comeuppance by all the things that he's accomplished. Not only winning 8 Olympia championships in a row, but also a former NPC national overall champion in 1982. This guy was a former teenage national champion. He's got the Lee Haney Games. He was on the President's Council of Physical Fitness with Bill Clinton back in the day. The guy is a trainer. He certifies athletes to become trainers, and he's doing the business at the ripe old age of, I don't know, I think Lee is maybe 60, 61 years old. Has a couple of grandkids still living out there in Atlanta, Georgia, married to his childhood sweetheart, Shirley. So the whole Haney family is going to make the drive up from Atlanta to Orlando, Florida, to be recognized and honored for what his contributions have been to the sport of bodybuilding, which is going to be huge. We watched that happen with Ronnie Coleman a week ago in Columbus, Ohio, as he received the Arnold Classic Lifetime Achievement Award. It is Lee Haney's opportunity to not only be celebrated and recognized, but reintroduced to the new Jacks coming into the game. So lots going on, and if you weren't aware, there is a pay-per-view component to this weekend because we can only fit so many people in. The pay-per-view, you can go check it out. I believe if you just visit MrOlympia.com, it's going to have all the information about how you can get your pay-per-view. Get it early, get comfortable, and watch that. We've got an all-star cast of commentators from Hall of Famer out of Canada, Mindy O'Brien. She won 4 pro cards in fitness, bikini, women's physique, and figure. She's coming back to commentate once again. Another Canadian, Rael Graber, will be joining her to talk about some of that fitness element. Miss Olympia 8 times, Linda Murray, will be on the mic talking about the Women's Olympia Championships. We're going to be bringing in one of our original men's physique champions, Mark Anthony, who's a Canadian as well. And we have the great Lee Labrada, Lee Haney, Rich Gaspari, and the fabulous Flex Wheeler will be joining me. And of course, at the expo, calling all the shots, we're going to have John Hansen and Isabel Terrell. So you can tell this is going to be one where they're going all out to bring you the proper coverage for this year's Mr. Olympia weekend. It's going down October 7th to the 10th in Orlando, Florida. All the information can be found at MrOlympia.com. Stay tuned to Digital Muscle for all the results and the follow-up interviews that will take place from Orlando, Florida. For Mutant Nation, I'm Sean Ray.